A couple years ago, I was fired with no notice from my position as a director by a board chair. I had fired a bad employee with 2-month notice and 1-month severance, and he took offense at it. He called me into his office one night and told me I had to leave by morning. His reason was that by firing said employee, I had caused chaos at the organization and many were going to leave. Mind you, it was just a couple days later, the employee was still at the job. No severance, no warning. He told the board I had broken trust and fired without cause. Thing is, the employee was reported to HR 3 times and each time didn't comply. Also, the organization doubled in size, tripled revenue, and more than tripled reach. It is a non-profit during my 3 years there. Anyway, after I left the next morning, a third of the 18-member staff put in their notices. Eventually, over half left. There's a lot more to the story about the employee, but I'll leave it. HR called me a couple days later and asked me what happened because they heard that something happened that didn't seem right. I told them my story. They asked what I wanted: month severance, NDA so not to spread rumors, and a couple other things they get back to me. About a week later, I had already called a lawyer about wrongful termination. HR called and said after the investigation they found wrongdoing and offered 6 months severance pay, NDA and my other requests. I talked to my lawyer and decided to take it. Bird in hand sort of thing. The board chair did refuse to step down and the employee is still there with a higher position. The organization didn't really recover. 4 staff now, the employee and 2 of their that were under her and a new part-time assistant from 18. But I still harbor resentment at my firing. I loved the job and organization. And frankly, I've had a difficult time finding a job because of my age, and also there aren't many out there for what I do. So, the revenge. Last week, I noticed a bill for a year web hosting and other web services on my credit card. I forgot that early on. I put my card as a secondary. Stupid, I know, but we were a small organization and I assumed the organization card was declined. I couldn't log into the host even though I had a login in the past, so I contacted my credit card company and had charges reversed. Their website is down now, for several days now. Turns out the person who was managing their website had been let go early this year and neglected to turn over the login. They are trying to reach me through a friend of mine because they are desperate to get back their online presence, which is the only way they do work now. Sorry, I don't know the login and have no desire to help recover it. You are in your own. I don't care if this is the last gasp of the organization and those 3 lose their jobs. Good riddance. Though I'm sure they will figure a way to get it back. It's nice to see them struggle.